Hey, how's it going? This is a shop tour for August 2018. Figured it's about time I make a shop tour because this is one of the last times I'll be in this shop. Currently in Decatur, Illinois, and we will be moving to the Raleigh area. Actually going house hunting here next week. So don't have a whole lot of time left in this space, but I did want to document it just so we can see what it all looked like. Here in Decatur, I actually have two shop spaces. I have one indoors. This is in my basement, basically the utilities room slash storage room that I've kind of made into the hand tool space and the lathe space. Take you for a little tour here. First, the main component is this guy. This is the split top Rubo that I made about 3 years ago. It's still in near pristine shape. It is made out of 1900s era roughly old growth pine that I was able to harvest or get locally. That was pulled out of a corn crib. I picked that up for like 20 cents a board foot, which was pretty spectacular. Then with a few accents in cherry down here at the tail vise, and over here it's the big leg chop. Super evident, but that is made with bench-crafted hardware on both ends. Works phenomenally still years later. You can see it's also largely based off of the bench-crafted plans with the two split halves. If you hold fast sitting in there. Actually, here's I have my resin mallet. This thing has worked out fantastically. It's a little piece of maple that did that cactus juice resin injection, so it is just one solid piece. The thing weighs about double what it ought to. I need to actually put that on the scale sometime to see what it is. It works real good. Flat top, so I can set it upside down. Then the other areas over here is a tool chest that I made my dad back when he was alive. Largely speaking, just random hand tool storage in here, you know, marking tools, and for some reason the hammer that's out of place, chisels, shoulder plane, and as we go down there's some hand saw, back saws, and or actually I'm not sure if their back saws are in here right now because there they are. So back saws, a couple old Miller Falls, random back saw that I took with me to Bad Axe that is in not great shape, but it was good to practice on. And some additional Stanleys down here. Oh, and another Miller Falls number 5. Actually still has some shavings in the mouth. That was my bad. This long term isn't going to be for hand plane storage, but it's making do for now. My other hand plane storage, as you can see, is a old filing cabinet. This is just kind of random storage where I've got some additionals. Let's see, we've got a number 6 in here. Oh, sorry. Number 6 in here, some handles I made. Number 5, or 605, excuse me. And number 7. Down here, two number 8s. Eventually those. So the plan long term is all of these will eventually be put into a cabinet that I make, but it seems silly to make that right now when I don't know exactly what my shop space is going to look like. Then the last portion in here is the lathe. This is lathe I picked up from my buddy Ben Martin. You might see him on Arts and Craftsmanship. It is a pre-World War II Delta. You see it still has the paper serial number tag. It's pretty awesome. 12-inch lathe, 36-inch overall, 12-inch swing, so 6 inches this way. It is powered currently by a non-stock but still Delta 3-phase motor down here. Actually, I don't even remember what the 3/4 horsepower. I wasn't even sure what it was. and I have that all running off of VFD. That is seriously the way to go. So while it is technically a 4-speed belt drive, I never actually change the belts. Instead, what I can do is wire this up to a VFD. So I actually have forward reverse here. It almost always stays in forward, but it can go in reverse with just a flick of a switch. And then speed control right here, so I can crank it anywhere from 0 to 100%, so I can control all of my speed that way. I suppose if I wanted to do some heavy turning, that wouldn't be the best because it is current limited, so you lose power as you slow it down, but it's never been a problem for me. I've never attempted something that heavy of a cut that I couldn't just back off on the cut a little bit and be okay. So that is that guy. It's a beautiful stand made by someone else. I believe it was a pattern maker. Really love the wood. It's got some old character to it. And then down below have all the general lathe tools, you know. Some old gouges I rarely use. Rests, chucks, drawer I never have opened, or almost never opened. This has the some tooling for a cross slide that I've got tucked away, then some additional face plates and whatnot over here. Then moving on to the last area, this was a built-in that came with a house. I'll walk back a little bit so you can get a little bit of overview. You see it's got let's see, it would be 16 drawers, a little space up above, the old plate 11 poster because of course, some hand saw storage that I cooked up, not terribly refined. I'm going to improve on that in the next place, but you know, 10-minute, one of those 5 or 10-minute projects that just work. Not the best for protection, but that's what Generation 2 is for. Then just various woodworking equipment down here. The one kind of special thing would be this cross slide right here for the lathe. It's kind of cool. It turns your woodworking vise into something more akin to a machinist lathe. I said vise, I meant lathe. And just random other drawers. Yeah, nothing terribly special. Over in the corner there, just some of my sharpening supplies. Do have a diamond plate, but although the majority of my sharpening system is water stones down there and just kind of sit in their bath. Grinder for my father I've never actually used, but will be using at the new place because the one here is a cheap one and I'm leaving it behind. Then the big grinder over here for lathe tools. That is also 3-phase. Obviously, currently I'm swapping between the lathe. Over there you can see some of the plugs sitting down there coming down from the controls. I'll switch them over to do this and then go back. That's obviously not great for workflow, so long term I'd like to do something a little bit different where I'll probably power both of these off of one VFD and have a little switch that I can just switch between them so I don't have to do so much reset up work between them. I'll show you that, guys, that setup when I go out to the main shop in the garage. So yeah, that's about it for down here. I do have my little guy who's about to turn 5 here in 2 days. This is his own little area off to the side. As you can see, it's not exactly fine woodworking, but he has a good time. He's got his I think this thing cost me 20 bucks. His own little miniature hammer. It's actually useful. And the vice grips paint parts. He's in the middle process of making up a race car. We need to get back to that and finish that thing off. Let's see. Other than that, that's about it for down here. Not too much down in the basement shop, but I do a lot of my hand tool woodworking down here. It's kind of nice. It's a little getaway where I don't make as much racket, but we'll see what we do at the next place. Have a good one.